Hi there guys, welcome to today's lesson. Today we are discussing golden rule number 3. It's all about creating very positive, life-changing affirmations for your clients. This one's incredibly simple, so we're going to get through this nice and quickly. It's about keeping your suggestions in the present tense. So you talk about stuff happening now, not in the future. Now, there are reasons for this. When you talk about something happening in the future, it is always going to be in the future. What you're doing is you're vibrating with the energy resonance of the idea of something not being with you at the moment and it being off in the distance. Now that creates more of that because that's what you're focused on. So it is always off in the distance and it's always just around the next corner. It feels close, but you can't get it. This is very, very strongly connected to the idea of the law of attraction by connecting to the energy of having something right now. So how do you do this? If you've hypnotised a client and let's say they want to lose weight, losing weight takes time, we know this. So we can't just hypnotise somebody and say, you're a beautiful size, whatever they want to be, you've got an amazing athletic figure, if that's not what they are at the moment, because they might resist that. They're listening to you, but they might be thinking, that ain't true. I know that I am fat. I want to be thin, I want all these things that you're saying, but I know that as I lie here on your couch listening to you talking to me, I am fat. And there's no getting away from that. And as I walk away from this clinic, I'll look in the mirror and I'll still be fat. So rather than sort of lying to them, you twist your language a little bit. You'll hypnotise a person. You'll jump forward an amount of time that would be sensible for them having made the change that they're there for. Weight loss, that could be a couple of weeks, a month, 2 months, maybe 4 months or whatever. So you have them imagine that they are in the future and talk to them from the future. So say, I want you to imagine now that me and you are sitting here. It's 2 months away from today's date. So the date is, then you'll give them the date 2 months in the future. As you sit here and listen to me, you have made all the wonderful changes that you wanted to make. Everything is exactly as you desired it. So I want you to imagine now you're going about your day. So maybe you can imagine that you're walking down the high street and just catch a glimpse of yourself in the reflection of the shop windows and see how sexy you look. Admire your figure. Don't you look wonderful? Now you can carry on with this and really go to town with the idea of selling to them the changes that they've made, just as we talked about on the last 2 golden rules. We want to saturate their senses with this reality that they desire so that they are connected with that idea of having it now, not it being in the future. So you jump into that moment of the future and you talk about it. You have a wonderful physique. Your body is the perfect size, whatever it is that they desire. Admire yourself in the mirror. Go and try some clothes on. Feel your body and how wonderful it feels, how firm it is and how athletic you are. I want you to notice the admiring glances that you're getting from people as you walk down the street. I want you to notice how wonderfully sexy and attractive you feel now that you've accomplished your goal of being a size, whatever that might be. So what you need to do, it's very, very, very easy. Just talk about it as it's happening now. That creates the energy of it already being manifest. It sounds so simple, but it is so effective, and that means they attract more of that reality to themselves. Now, if you're going to give them something to take away and to work on, tell them to do that. Tell them to say, I want you to imagine you have projected yourself a week ahead of time. And as you sit in that projection, I want you to imagine your life has become what it is that you desire. And I want you to enjoy that life. Imagine that your body has changed exactly as you want it to. So you've got the physique that you want, you look the way you want, you feel the way that you want, you've got the confidence that you desired. So get them to really connect to that and having it now. Now at the end of the session, once you've finished doing, incorporating all of their senses into that reality for them, you can bring them back to the present, but get them to come back with all those feelings. So as you come back to the here and now with me today in this room, you can bring back all those wonderful feelings of having already accomplished that change. And now all of a sudden, the idea of making that change feels so much easier because you know that you're successful. So you bring back those emotions that motivate you and inspire you to be successful. Those emotions and those feelings that make you feel so wonderful knowing that you are a success. You've got such a wonderful future to look forward to. And at any moment at all, you can just jump forward and really enjoy being the change that you desire and connect with the energy of that. And then just breathe it into yourself every moment of every day as you enjoy this wonderful journey into the new you. So as you can understand there, it's a simple process. You jump forward, you then talk about all the changes and you give all the affirmations in the present tense. You talk about it in that moment of now because you've gone forward with them, and then as you bring them back, you bring all that energy back with them, all those emotions back, and then you use those emotions in the now to give them the motivation to have the success to achieve that change, whatever that change might be. Now, with weight loss, you kind of have to do that because weight loss takes time. It's one of those things that filter down into the physical over a period of several weeks. With most things, you won't have to do that because a change can happen instantly. If someone's got a phobia, and they lie down on your couch and you start working with them with NLP or with hypnosis, the chances are when they stand up, they won't have that phobia anymore. The change is instant, and whatever the phobia is, you'll be able to test it. Maybe if they've got a phobia of spiders, you could show them one. Whatever that phobia might be, they are testable, which is what makes them fantastic things to work on. But people can see that that change happens in an instant. When it's something like you are losing weight, becoming the wonderful, healthy, sexy, super slim figure that you want to, that is going to take time. Doesn't matter how good therapist you are. They're not going to sit down in front of you a size 20 and get up a size 10. It's just never going to happen. Unless you have really long sessions and you don't let them eat anything while they're there. But of course, joking aside, you can't do that. So you need to project yourself into the future with them. Say all of your affirmations in the present tense. Connect with that energy, pull it back to the present, and then saturate them with it. And just as we've talked about in golden rule number 1 and number 2, when you do go into the future, you have to sell that to them. You've got to make it really, really attractive to their subconscious mind. So you want to incorporate all of the senses, and you want to crank it right up. So you want to have larger than life, it's got to be bright, it's got to be colourful, and it's got to be mouth-wateringly tempting for them. So the idea of that, compared to this, is just a given. It's like, who wouldn't choose this reality because it is so much juicier than this one? And that's the way you can elicit change in people. So that is the 3 golden rules of creating suggestions that I use. I've got to say that there are exceptions to these rules. There is an exception to rule number 1, the idea of staying focused in a positive direction, that I'm going to deal with in the next lesson, because sometimes, in order to motivate people, you do need to break that rule and sometimes look behind you and see where you've come from. So that's it for today. You take care and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.